UB40 Red Wine Tour. Live.
August 18th at the Eldridge Blake Sports and Fitness Center.
Get tickets now online at uvi.edu/Reichhold. Get the new album UB45 available now. UB40 in concert, presented by the Reichhold Center.
Welcome to All of We TV. We are here. We in the production central. Hey, this is take two. This is take two. So you were there before and you couldn't hear. We sorry. We know what happened. Like right now, the man gonna run outside to see if he could hear this thing. You know, hey, good. We have audio now. Okay. So this is all it means. This is how it happens in production. You know, but this is what it means. Partners, we need some more money for more equipment. But we here to make. We here to talk about Reichhold Center. The return. I'm calling it the return of Reichhold Center. We're counting down to UB40 this Sunday here at the Eldridge Blake Sports and Fitness Center. You see Ms. Denise Humphrey here. And once you hear, I mean, it's showtime, it's action time, it's business time. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Our second time going wrong. So you in countdown mode, but you seem so relaxed.
Yeah, you know, we're in a nice environment, and things are coming along very smooth, you know, very nicely. So we're hoping that, you know, everybody comes out to the event on Sunday and support us. Yes, we know that it was supposed to be on the golf course, but, you know, Ernesto kind of pulled a fast one on us, and we weren't able to use that space. It was a little dangerous. So we, you know, that's why we moved it to this location. But it's going to be fantastic. We're going to bring the same Reichhold Center vibe, you know, to this space. So, you know, we're happy, we're ecstatic, we can't wait.
So the show goes on, the show continues, is right here in the Sports and Fitness Center, because some people in transition yet with the name.
I know.
It's the Eldridge Blake Sports and Fitness Center. And listen, man, in here got a big rig, big system, lights. We're going to talk about the setup. We're going to talk about all of that. But so UB40, how y'all got UB40?
Well, we've been trying to bring them here for years. It just so happens that everything aligned and they were in the right location at the right time for us to be able to snatch them over and bring them here to the Virgin Islands.
Wow.
So, you know, we're at the tail end of their American tour. They've been touring the UK and now they're in America. So, you know, just before they head back up, I think they're going to be touring Canada next. So we're catching them before they head up there.
You know, being in the Virgin Islands, I think living in the Caribbean, sometimes when we see a tour going on, the closest place we could get to experience, maybe we happen and go to Puerto Rico or something like that. You being in this business, how is it, like you said, you're catching them here and that, like in the break, in their tail end of their tour, how is it that Reichhold Center was able to connect the dots and line this here up? Is it that you have agents around the place? You get connections around the place? How does this work? Because we were like a small fish here, but we want to experience what the big cities have.
It's actually a little bit of all of what you said. We have had a long-standing connection with a lot of agents over the years. So, you know, when they see an opportunity or window for us of a genre of music or performance that they think that we would like, they would pitch it to us, say, hey, you know, we're booking a tour right now. You know, here is where they're going to be the closest to your area. Do you think, you know, do you want to chime in or jump in? So, you know, so that's typically how we do that, and that's what happened with UB40. Wow. Is that their agent reached out to us,
opportunity and timing, and just making it work.
Exactly. So
awesome.
we were happy for that.
We're gonna tell the people. I want to shout out Administrator Shikima, because she just called and say we have no audio, so big up yourself. She's gonna be here performing. We're gonna talk about her, RVP band. But listen, if you're watching the live right now and you just say, hey, UB40, I want to be there, we're going to give you the ticket, all right? We're going to give you a ticket giveaway just like that. All right, so we want to find out what's happening with Reichhold Center. But before we even get there, UB40, how would you describe, because I think my age group and above know UB40. The younger ones, they may not know. That they might be tuning into the song Red, you know, I don't want to say, you know. But how would you describe UB40 to someone that's watching right now?
Sure. They're a reggae group, but they're old school. And there's a unique vibe to them. They bring that European, UK flavor to reggae. And they also have this unique use of instrumentation within their music that's fantastic. So I think that the next generation, you may be familiar with their music once you hear it, but you may not know that it's UB40 that you're listening to. But there's a nice groove that's in a nice vibe that they generate. That's fantastic.
So we come in there.
Okay.
Gina, Karad, Brian, I'm going to screenshot. We have your name. You did it. Also, Jins Marley. You know what? We hook both of you up. But some free gonna give me two like she's teacher turned director, and some may recognize you from. We just talked. We vibes in from CHS. You were a teacher.
Yes.
And now you're the director.
Yes.
So how this all came together for you?
Oh man, it started out actually because of David Edgecombe. He at the time I was going to school in Wisconsin at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, and I decided.
Where parts though?
Yeah.
But you're a Virgin Islander.
Yes.
Because you don't talk like us.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
all right, just asking.
you have
don't talk like us. You have proper twang.
Well, you had to kind of learn to adapt so people can understand what you want. But trust me, get me mad.
It come out.
It comes out. But I was studying computer science because I wanted to be an animator.
Okay.
And I ended up switching my major because I fell in love actually here at UVI through their theater department. I used to volunteer working behind the scenes, and I loved it. So when I
was
went
at the little theater.
at a little theater.
Okay.
So when I
is that still there?
it's still there, but it's currently offline because it too was damaged in a hurricane.
Okay.
But I loved it and decided I was like, going to volunteer. And they're like, you could get a whole career in it. I was like, really? What kind of job can you get? so I happened to switch my major, and David Edgecombe found out somehow. I don't know how. And he, called me up one day and he said, hey, I'm David Edgecombe, director of the Reichhold. I'm, starting a repertory company doing some plays, and I want you to stage manage. I hear you're a stage manager.
Wow.
So I was like, okay.
Are you in Wisconsin at the time?
I was in Wisconsin.
Okay.
So I would come down for the summers, and I, would do my internships there at Reichhold Center. I stage managed his productions. I designed them, lighting and scenic design, and that was my senior thesis project. So
wow.
So it was
So Reichhold Center has launched, helped, started a lot of careers, including your own.
Including my own.
So you gone from intern, worker, team member to now director.
Yes.
So what's your vision you'd like to see the center go to? Besides open back up. You got to open back up first, right?
Yes. I would like to see it grow.
Okay.
One of the challenges we have is capacity.
Okay.
So being able to make the space flexible.
Okay.
So that we can accommodate anything. Because nowadays, you have a lot more people that are attending events, and we want to be able to be one of those spaces that people can do that. So we're not limited to the original 1,200 seats that we had at the space, but we could use any part of the facility, to do any type of event. So we've proven that. We've demonstrated that our grounds is a fantastic space to have concerts. We did, when we were open, we had modified the in front of the concession area to do smaller events like after parties and so forth for our concerts. Just showing the flexibility, looking at bringing back the art gallery, down in the bottom of the Reichhold Center, so that we could start, doing exhibits again. It's a very versatile space, so we're hoping that with this new renovation, that we're able to open up those doors and the possibilities of what can be,
so
can
let's
be done
step
there.
back one, and we're going to just say, what's happening with the Reichhold Center?
What's happening? It's under construction.
Okay.
We started construction for the second phase last month.
Okay.
So what this entails, it's a very huge and very expensive phase.
Okay.
You're talking about what happens that the damage to the center was very extensive. We lost everything. And part of the problem is the roof. The roof just popped right off, and so we were able to get a new roof.
Okay.
That was completed a couple of years ago. So now this next phase is everything else. So we're talking about putting in walls, putting in plumbing, new infrastructure for electrical and so forth like that, so that we could get the space back up around new seats. All the spaces have to be revamped.
So this concert is part of a road back recovery fundraiser to help the Reichhold Center.
Yeah, because it's an expensive venture.
So we need everybody come. Everybody come. Full up in here. Full up in here. Make the fire marshal say stop. Okay, that's what we want to see, and we know we're in the VI, so you gotta have plenty of you for them to do that. So come.
Yeah.
So we have UB40 internationally known band coming here, but who else we have opening? VI artists, top bands, right?
Yeah, we have Dub Lab, a reggae band. We also have RVP band out of St. John.
Shout out Shikima, you just did it.
Yeah, and we also have Reggae Dynasty.
All right, and last night we were at a live session with Dub Lab, A Plus, Lioness, Junie, and they tight. And like they say, come out. Junie's saying, come out for all of us. I keep saying, Junie, all are we. It take you forever to learn all are we. You know, Junie, my boy. But Junie the bass man. So he say, listen, be here from early because he's not saying who gonna perform first, who gonna perform next, but be here so that you get everyone.
Yeah, and you know, we start on time. So.
Yeah.
So when we start at 6, we will start at 6.
We'll start at 6.
Exactly.
And then we have UB40.
Yes.
But we didn't finish up RVP. I know they just mash up. They had some class in 1982. 83, they were celebrating an anniversary. They mash up that party. Shout out Shikima again and Reggae Dynasty, great man. We're gonna go live with them tonight. They're gonna be out at Tillet Gardens, but you won't be here to see them on Sunday. So I mean, for me, I love in here, and I think he needs to do more concerts. So when you made the switch, to me, it was just like natural.
Yeah.
But we saw that switch was a switch that people, when they hear you make a contingency plan or engage it, this said wasn't 2 days ago.
No.
This said was done like from a week ago.
Yeah.
I see that trailer back there. So you all were engaged following the storm. And
Yeah, I mean,
having
this
to
is
make that
hurricane
call.
season. And it never fails that whenever you want to do something outside, something will happen.
Yeah.
And so said, so done. So we always have to have a contingency plan whenever, something like this arises. I mean, even at Reichel, we used to have that. I remember one time we had All Saints graduation and it poured rain. And in 2 hours, we had to flip it from there to this space.
Wow. Wow.
So so you always we always have to have that plan. We were watching and very closely the track, and we were very concerned because we knew that it was going to be packing a lot of water. So and that golf course is basically a flood zone.
Yeah.
And so said, so done. A lot of that whole area was very saturated. We even have fallen trees on the premises, so it's not a very safe condition. And then of course after the cleanup and so forth, that we're still cleaning up here. We didn't have enough time for us to be able to set everything back up there.
Yeah.
So it was easier for us to just transition to this space.
And in here gonna be nice.
Yeah.
So we see the big stage.
Yes.
We see the setup. And down here we see the chairs behind of us. What's this area? Let's start building the hype. What's down here gonna be?
So this is all VIP.
This VIP
Yes,
area.
we're sitting in a VIP area.
If we had a 360 camera, it'll been up in the air right now. We need more advertisers.
I would have brought mine. But this is
VIP
the
on the bottom
area.
floor.
But they also have accessibility to the blue seats.
The blue
so you don't
seats.
have to sit. If you feel like I don't want to. I want to get a bird's eye view. You have access to the blue seats.
All right. And I know
arena.
we were here for what's her name? Sinach.
Ah.
Shout out to IQ. And in here we're like a church juve man in. That's the best way to say it. So I expect to see people ain't gonna be sitting for too long.
And well, you can stand and dance, and because everybody's like, oh, you used to have to go to when you go to Reichel, you couldn't stand up. So that's not
No,
we actually made the stage higher.
So that when people stand up, you can still see.
it. Yeah, exactly.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And we've seen a ton of lights.
Yeah.
We've seen system galore. So you're going to have bars downstairs, bars upstairs?
We have a bar downstairs, and we also have bars upstairs. We also have food vendors.
Food vendors.
So we're going to have a little vendor plaza outside.
Okay.
But they're also going to be able to sell their food inside. So you could go outside or inside.
So they'll have
like
a satellite station inside?
Yeah.
All right. I love
So
it.
we have that flexibility here. You want to make it comfortable for everyone, so you don't feel like it's restrictive or anything like that.
I love it. I
just
love
want to
it.
create a nice vibe within the
And
space.
what time we starting from and going to?
Okay, 5 o'clock the doors open.
5 o'clock the doors open.
And 6 p.m. sharp we're going to start the show.
Sharp.
First band is going to be on stage.
First band on the stage. And what time we going until?
Until 11:30, because we got school the next day, so
Yeah. They had a whole week off. So they got to go back to
talking
school.
about UVI. UVI's first day is on.
What were you
on
studying about
Monday.
UVI? Studying about UVI. You have a party, a UVI party, and all right, man. This song is awesome. We're inviting everyone to come out. come to this concert. It's the first show in a long time for Reichel Center for the Arts. It's like a comeback tour.
Yeah.
And after this show, we're going to have more?
Yeah, we're planning on doing more. A few months ago, we did an experiment with an event called RCA Sessions on the Shore. Unfortunately, that too was supposed to be on the beach. And because of the weather, we couldn't do it. I think somebody's trying to tell me something. I don't know. But that show actually focuses on local talent. So what we do is we transform this arena into this nice lounge type of setting where you just enjoy the music of local talents.
Yes.
So the first show we had, we did this group called La Voix. And they were amazing. They were amazing.
Enoch, and you have what her name is, Ruby.
Yes.
Enoch and Ruby.
Yes. And you know, and even the musicians themselves were amazing.
Miss Donna, you can walk back and forth, you know. It's okay. No, you can walk back and forth. You know they want to see your past, Miss Donna. It's all right.
But you know, it was a fantastic, you know, event, and everybody loved the atmosphere. So we're planning on bringing more of those shows back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but that's something that's cultivated by a group of young people that we're grooming to be the next directors of performances here. So you're talking about Dion Donadell, Anthony Nibs, you know, Lubin Daniel.
Lubin Daniel. Yes.
So we're you know, so they're on that group. They're part of that team that we bring together to be able to help establish that.
Wow.
You know, so it's, you know, it's one of the things I like is being able to see a lot of, you know, young people develop. I mean, that's one thing I enjoyed about the Reichel, is that to watch as people grow on our stage. So like Rising Stars for me, I just love seeing these kids when they start off very, very young to see where they end up as fantastic musicians or whatever it is that they're doing in the industry.
Love it.
You know, and it brings a lot of pride and joy. I guess it's a teacher in me in a sense that it really that I really like. We also have we just did our summer youth movie making workshop. We just brought that back. We did it at the Innovation Center here on campus.
The Old West Bay.
Yeah, and this year we introduced students to augmented reality and virtual reality.
Wow.
This was a project that was started in 2001 with David Edgecombe.
Where
he wanted to be able to introduce students in the territory to, you know, to generate the next generation of storytellers. And this was before YouTube. So, you know, he had already a vision to be able to see how can we help them craft their stories and move it forward.
So your classmate Jins Marley said, tell my classmate Denise I say hello. I gotta say Miss Humphrey because this is my teacher. You know, I don't want to get a cult. But listen, we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna run an ad. We're gonna come back, get you more pumped up for UB40. But before we go, head is set. Let's give away a pair of tickets. Two people, whoever, husband, wife, two friends, you're coming to the line. Let us know the name of the production, which was a Reichel Center original production for VI artists and talent. Let us know that. We're going to run commercial and we're going to come right back right here. And we might give away some more tickets too. Don't go no place.
UB40 Red Wine Tour live.
August 18th at the Eldridge Blake Sports and Fitness Center.
Get tickets now online at uvi.edu/Reichel. Get the new album UB45 available now. UB40 in concert, presented by the Reichel Center.
All right, welcome back. So listen, we want to give away a pair of tickets. 2 tickets. Let us know the name of the Reichel Center production. It was an original production, and it was geared to VI artists. And I think it had about 15 seasons.
10.
It felt like 15. And some big artists of today, they grace those stages.
Yeah.
So,
and because if we say something, we might give it away.
We might give it away. But we want to give away the tickets. So, Reichel Center, you know, younger coming to Record Center, and I used to come here and just admire the mixing board. I used to just come and watch the engineer, Caucasian, long hair, just sit behind and play with those knobs. I mean, before, man, I was young. Anyway, how to put it? You used to have plays, and you had the symphony, a lot of orchestra, sometimes things to put you to sleep. But the people who love the jazz and those stuff, it was fabulous, right? But we saw later on in the 2000s, Record Center made a transition, and then you start to really pack the place. One of those, I happened to be the MC of that show when you brought Marshall Montano for the Juve Morning, right?
Yep.
And then you had Big Band. That should have been a question, It was Marshall Montano, Big Band, and Jam Times. I was MCing, and then Frederick Morton, he bring on Marshall.
Yes.
And you had Marshall, I think, twice.
Yes.
Twice.
Yep.
So what was behind the switch and bringing Record Center more hip and more urban? Because you had SWV, you had Brandy, you had, oh my God, Kirk Franklin. So before you even talk about the switch, which one was one of your favorite artists?
Celia Cruz.
Celia Cruz.
Yes.
I wish I get to see her.
She was amazing.
Oh my
amazing, God. Amazing artist. I grew up listening to her music. My dad was a big fan of hers. So when we had the opportunity to bring her to the Virgin Islands, I mean, the first thing I did is I ran to my dad and I said, "Guess what?" And he's like, "What?" And so
that was in the 90s?
This was, it would have been in the 2000s.
2000s?
Yes.
Wow.
And he was like, "What?" And I said, "We're bringing Celia Cruz." And he's like, "Gotta be kidding me." And I gave him the tickets. And I think that day was the day that he actually understood what I did for a living.
Okay. Oh God, if anybody gonna know, it's gonna be James. James said it was Sessions on Shore.
Sessions on the Shore.
Sessions on the Shore. That ain't the answer we're looking for, but that's one?
Nope. But that's what we just did.
That's Sessions on the Shore that you just did. Okay. All right. No, we're looking for the name of the production, which was a Record Center original production.
And it ran for 10 years.
10 years. 10 years. Every summer it was a big show. I'm going to give you another clue. Every summer it was a big show. You get 2 tickets right now and so forth like that. Your brother said Marshall had bring on Patrice.
Yep. That's when he first introduced. He had his whole, I forget what he called the group.
I don't know. That show was packed.
Yeah,
and it went into Juve Morning.
Yes.
And that's when the current Commissioner of Tourism, he was a VP.
Yeah, he was my boss back then.
Yeah, he was the boss. I remember I was MCA and they called me, "Emmett, where are you?" And I come in VI time and they say, "You forget this is Rico. We start on time.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to be here now."
And it was bad enough. I think we started the show at 9 o'clock, which is not, people were not used to that. So it was like, we're 9 o'clock. You need to be here.
So, I mean, the whole switch that y'all did, bringing in these younger, hipper audience. Remember the last days, we had the whole Skybox.
Yeah, Sky Lounge.
The Skybox up there were real vibes.
Yeah.
When you had Shaggy down there, and you thought Shaggy had people in the village, Record Center I thought you were selling like 2 people in 1 seat.
No, I think the largest show we ever had was Marshall Montano, because we actually oversold the house.
You oversold?
Because the whole premise was to be able to create.
Stand up.
Yeah, because we told everybody, you're not going to sit down at this show. You're absolutely forbidden from sitting down at this show. And we had a blast. At one point, I remember when Marshall said, "Everybody go to the left," and the entire crowd moved. And the first thing in my mind is like, we just lost all of our seats.
Oh my God. So what was behind the whole shift of making it vibes more hipper and bringing in artists? And then you also shift again, and then you went deep in gospel.
Yeah.
So what was behind all of this?
I believe that with every director that comes into the Reichhold, they bring a new type of genre, a new type of vibe to the space. So, for example, when it first opened up, you had directors such as Lawrence Benjamin, who was very deep into the classical, very deep into Broadway, that type of genre, type of music, and he had connections with people in that realm. Because we even had Ray Charles on our stage during his time frame.
Wow.
So he, so we saw some really deep roots of music that would shape that era, that time frame. Then with the onset of David Edgecombe, Edgecombe has always had this local vibe to him,
Okay.
you know, and the Caribbean vibe to him.
Yeah.
So you saw more of the introduction of reggae artists that
You
came
think
to
people could remember the David Edgecombe original production that was on Ryco Center stage?
I don't know if this generation would know.
Well, we get all kind of people watching. So listen, Mona Spenceley and Darrell Joseph. You got it correct. This is Starfest.
Yes.
So listen. Right now in that club, I get a 2 hour, you 2 tickets. You know? I like at the Hartley, but I could do things. You know? I could do things. You know? But that David Edgecombe production, that will be our last ticket giveaway. The name of that production. So you said every director had their own kind of vibes. He was Caribbeanish.
He was Caribbean, Caribbean. That's strictly, especially after Hurricane Marilyn. The center did get damaged at that time, but we were able to bounce back a lot quicker. So he started doing Caribbean plays. That's when you started seeing some more reggae performances, and he also focused on local artists. Okay. So hence Starfest was, you know, came out of that whole time frame, because he invested a lot more in trying to develop the local talent. So, you know, we saw the development of people like Timothy and Tehran. You know, back then they were too equipped, and I remember them in high school. Yeah. You know, you saw even Shakima was a part of Starfest.
Really?
Yeah. Victor Provost.
Yeah.
You know, that was the first time we ever saw somebody play a steel pan from underneath.
Yeah.
And he did that on our stage during Starfest.
Okay.
So, you know, we've seen the growth of talent that came. I mean, I think that was a tremendous a production. I mean, and it took a long time to develop Starfest, because you're talking about a production that took 7 months to develop, and from beginning to end, and it was nonstop, 7 days a week, rehearsals, producing the Ryco season.
7 months.
7 months to produce that show.
Wow.
And it was a lot of work, but it was an investment in the local talent. We brought in a musical director, we brought in, you know, vocal coaches, we brought in performance, you know, directors, and we wanted to be able to, because we invested in the talent that was on our stage, because we wanted to present the best of the best. And you know, and it's fantastic what we were able to accomplish, and the students, and to see where they are, you know, today, and it's just heartwarming.
So you get to see, you know, you come in and watching it or attending as attendee, enjoying the show and the concert, but you're seeing a lot more behind the scene of what Ryco Center has done for the folks on the stage, VI and Caribbean artists and beyond, exposing the people at the Virgin Islands to top artists from all over the world and beyond, and then the people even in the production who have grown and developed careers in the industry, all because of the Ryco Center for the Arts, proving the importance of this facility. Yeah,
and it's not just limited to what you see on the stage. I mean, we have a summer program that was started by David Edgecombe, which is the Youth Movie Making Workshop that we still continue today. And Richard VLA, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a fantastic...
He's a big photographer, cinematographer.
Exactly.
Mashing up the place in America. He was in Graffiti Street.
Yeah. But he was, you know, he came through some of our programs there on that stage.
Awesome.
I look at Sharon Williams. You know, we have photos of him with, you know, as he grew up on that stage, you know, playing alongside, you know, notable musicians from around the world.
Oh my God. So this is amazing. This is amazing. And it proves why we need the Ryco Center for the Arts. So you need to be here on Sunday, UB40. Yes. My gosh. But before we go, because we say this is a comeback, you could tease any other names or people that you're looking at, like who we could look forward to seeing here?
Not as yet, but we're looking for suggestions.
You're looking for suggestions. And you know now, generation change too.
Yeah.
So, you know, like the folks behind that board right now, they like a different type of music, and we got to please them too, you know. And
you know, and that's what we are. We're, you know, our seasons are crafted in such a way that we're able to, you know, provide a little of something for everyone. Because it's not just about one group. We want to be able to open to all and be able to experience. Because who knows, you know, you may be familiar with one particular genre of the arts, but maybe not of another. Experiment, you know, explore, try it out, and see, you know, maybe it's something that you would like, or something that you could probably be, you know, inspire your creativity.
Yeah.
You know, that's what our job is.
And it's you've also worked with promoters
Yes.
and event organizers from LP Records, Alico,
Yeah.
with his you know, the Idol series that he had. Also, I'm thinking of it here at the top of my tongue when it was the United Way. They brought in
Yes.
Fantasia.
Yeah. Yep.
At the time, I remember we were driving. I used to drive limo too, you know. I do all kind of thing. And we brought in Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
And when Stevie Wonder came in, Reichel Center for the Arts, Stevie just like take over the show without saying a word, without looking at anything. He take over the show.
Yeah.
I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, and a lot of interesting things happened in that space. That I remember when we brought in Michael Bolton. And you know, we were told, oh, you know, he's only going to stick to the stage. You know, he doesn't socialize, he doesn't do this, that, and that. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of his performance, the man just appeared out in the middle of the audience, and I was just like, I thought he didn't want to be out there. You know, it's just that it evokes emotions within even the artists that we bring in. You know, that you just want to be a part of that environment. You know, I always say that, you know, for me, the Reichel Laws has a special uniqueness to it that just, when people come there, you just forget your troubles, you just forget everything, and you just are there to enjoy. Yeah. And you just have a great time.
And you even like, we're beginning to wrap up, but you even start to sell out the frog section.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you were there when people used to talk and say frogs jumping on them.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
So what you all do? Got it under control? What you all do?
Not quite. We kind of, I think what we did is we kind of chased them a little bit. So we created the Sky Lounge up there. That was actually under Nisa Koopman, who was a director there. She had an idea about developing a bar up there. So we took the concept and developed it a little bit further and created a Sky Lounge. And we partnered with the university's hospitality and tourism program and use it as a space. We call it the Sky Lounge Lab, where her students, at the time was Tamara Lang, that ran that program. Her students were able to hone in their skills and just create that space into an amazing space that people wanted to be in. I mean, we had people who gave up their season subscription seats in the front row to come up there.
Really?
That's how much
the music travels. The music travels.
It was designed for that. You know, you talk and kid about the classical music that puts you to sleep, but in actuality, the Reichel Center space, the whole entire facility is itself an instrument. So how it was designed is so that you can actually carry sound waves all the way to the back without any amplification whatsoever. Wow. So whenever we brought in an orchestra or an opera or, you know, an opera singer, you can actually hear them clearly to the back of the house without any microphones whatsoever.
Wow. So redesigning and bringing it back.
Yes.
That's an important communication you're sharing?
It's a very important part of the process with the engineers, because you cannot just, you know, slap on a roof or anything. So the roof had to be, you know, engineered. I think they're using some new technologies or new materials, but it has to maintain the same properties. What we didn't realize is that the roof actually played two parts. Not only was it utilized to help propel sound to the back of the auditorium, but it also helped to repel sound, because the original architects realized that you're right next to an airport. So whenever a plane landed, we never heard it on stage, and we didn't realize it until afterwards. We were like, you know, you're right. You know, so it's a very unique piece of engineering, that space. I mean, it's, you know, we were told also too that the front of the proscenium of the theater, of the stage, was actually designed like the horn of a speaker. That helps generate that, you know, push that sound forward. Even the use of the materials, from the stone to the wood, you know, the architecture of the seating, all of that, you know, it lends itself hand in hand to, you know,
magnificent.
It's a beautiful space.
Magnificent. And beautiful you see, you're learning about the vibes that goes behind this, and the importance of having a facility, a structure, for we can have the exposure, we can have the outlet, and we can have that place where we dress up nice. Because you know, when you go Reichel Center, you dress up nice, and you come out, and when you walk up them stairs, like our VI red carpet, if you want to look millie, you just sit down by the fence and you watch everybody pass by. You know, so as we begin to wrap up, and we just tell everybody, come on out, come out in droves, come out and see everybody. Be here from 6 o'clock and see 5.
Because we're actually 6 o'clock is when the show starts. 5. 5. We actually have DJ Reg, who's going to be setting the tone. So you could come and it'd be, we have, come grab a drink, grab something to eat and the socialize, because we want to be able to create that social hour.
I love it.
So that people could just come meet their friends. We don't have that many opportunities for us to just hang out for a bit. So we want to create that sort of a vibe just going into the show, because I think everybody would love it.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. And then you have RVP, and not in this order, RVP, Reggae Dynasty, Dub Lab.
Yes.
Dub Lab.
And I've seen them, through over the years, how they've grown. I mean, the music is impeccable. And that's why we want you guys to be a part of this event, because we know, their talent is amazing. I've seen them grow. I know each of those musicians, and I've worked with them over the years, and I'm just happy to have an opportunity to
blending the artists. Share them. When you blend, because I know one year you blended Kenya Eugene with India Ree. And they formed a connection and a vibes, but it was equally important for the center to put VI artists, especially when we talked about that transition.
It always is.
With the big artists, like you were doing like a top artist, and then you had a great VI artist that complemented so well.
Yeah.
So what goes into the selection and pairing and building your card?
It's important for us to do that, because we want to be able to let people know that our artist is just as important as anybody else that we bring in. So when we try to pair, we look at an event holistically, because we want people to be entertained. Yes, we may bring in artists from the States, but we also want to be able to share what we have locally, because we want them to be a part of that process. We want them to be the part of what makes the event as a totality successful, and for people to remember. So I remember one time we paired Pressure with Tasan Chen. And I told Pressure, I said, I want you to know that don't look at it that you're playing second fiddle. That's not the case. We have 2 top artists on our stage, and you are fantastic. You are beyond, anything that we could have dreamed, because we've watched him grow.
Yes,
and he was a part of that Starfest process as well.
Exactly.
And and we just wanted to be able to show that talent and explain and let people see and experience and see what we're seeing in terms of the development of the people here in this territory. We have amazing talent in this territory that have gone on and are doing great things and are coming up. And we want to be able to be that platform to be able to showcase that.
You talked about the 7 months it took in Starfest to develop them. Given the center being an outlet for artists as Pressure, artists as the Rock City, many more, what do you think as a territory, even as a community, we could do to develop our talent, support our artists so that they can make it to the Record Center stage and then beyond? Because you don't come to the Record Center when you're practicing.
No.
You come to Record Center when you a little polish up.
I think we play a part in that as well. Because that's why shows, events like Starfest is important, because we're able to help tap in. Because even with Alico's productions, for all of those are spin-offs of what that production was. And those are critical, because we need to keep continuously putting our people and pushing them out there, getting that experience, getting that, that backbone, helping them to develop their craft, finding what their niche is. How can I be able to connect to the community? How can I be able to connect beyond these shores? And that's
so what can our community do to support them, especially over the years?
Hire them.
You've seen?
Hire them.
Hire them.
Hire them. You have an event, hire them. Because that is the way that they can grow. That is the way for them to be able to open up their wings, understand what an audience is, and how to be able to read that audience so that you can cater and entertain them.
And pay them.
And pay them. And pay them.
Don't only hire them and tell them that the check coming. You gotta pay them.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So listen, Sunday, man, it's big things. We don't give out about 6 tickets.
Yeah.
Right? We get 2 set of couples, 2 individuals. Listen, for the rest of y'all, where are the ticket outlets?
The ticket, well, right now it's going to be, because we just collected all our tickets. So online at www.uvi.edu/Rycold, but also too, we'll be selling tickets at the door.
Tickets at the door.
So you can come on and get your tickets down here at the Sports and Fitness Center.
All right.
And I also want to thank my sponsors as well too. We have the Virgin Islands Council on the Arts, the National Endowment for the Arts. You have Division of Festivals, the Department of Tourism. You have Via. Thank you so much. You have, there we go, right there. Via. You have St. Thomas Credit Union, Federal Credit Union, and then you also have the Vibe as well, as you guys Always TV.
We're happy to be working with you from student now come media.
Yeah,
owner,
exactly.
you know?
Look at that progression. That's what we talk about. That's what we want to see is progression.
Yeah, man. So listen,
When,
everybody.
when I retire, y'all gotta take over for us.
Well, Phaedra and them, because I come in and I just want my season pass with parking.
Okay.
With
We'll work
parking.
on that. We'll
With
work on
parking. So, and VIP have their parking.
Yes, so all of the sports and fitness grounds is going to be VIP. We're also going to have other designated areas for parking. We're going to provide shuttles, so if you feel you have to walk a distance to get here, don't worry about it. We got you covered.
All right, and then you also mentioned it for the people from St. John.
St. John, yes, yes. We do have a special boat for them to go back. So, if you go to transportation services on St. John, they will be able, you could get your ticket there as well. You'll also be able to, with that ticket purchase, you can also get, we have a transportation to take you from sports and fitness back to Red Hook, and there's a special boat that's going to be leaving at 1 a.m.
So, St. John Massive, we want to see how you down here supporting RVP band, because we know St. John could party, and I the party different. And with St. John, you got to have Crown Royal at the bar.
Oh, we got some.
You got to have Crown Royal at the bar for St. Jonians. So come out, Shikima, you got the Provost, and I confuse them, Eric, Victor, the Provost.
Big up Rassico.
Rassio,
sorry.
Yeah, come on out, and you get Reggae Dynasty, you got Dub Lab, and of course, you got the international artist, UB40, and you say you got about 20 people on the stage with UB40?
Well, a lot.
You get horn section, you get all kind of thing. It's gonna be a massive production. I think Peter Longa will come on the radio and talk Monday morning about the production he see here on Sunday.
Yep.
It's gonna be magnificent.
And I want to thank everybody. I know that ADSL, and Dixie Sounds, they did, we had to do a 180 in a very short period of time and a turnaround to get this up and running. So we want to thank them very much. The Reichel Center team, the university, especially for accommodating us on such short notice. We want to thank everybody here at Sports and Fitness Center for accommodating us.
We love it. We love it. We love it. We want to say thank you. And when we go back outdoors, we should think about like a junior gang. Damian Marley.
Yeah.
Take us to commercials. Listen, Sunday you gotta be here. We can talk names all day. We can vibe. It's been such a great conversation with you. And more important, we're looking forward to be here Sunday, full of vibes. Come out in droves, carpool if you have to, and just come for a wonderful event right here in the Elridge Blake Sports and Fitness Center. Reichel Center is back.
UB40 Red Wine Tour live.
August 18th at the Elridge Blake Sports and Fitness Center.
Get tickets now online at uvi.edu/Reichel. Get the new album UB45 available now. UB40 in concert, presented by the Reichel Center.